Hello, fabulous Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of June 2014, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, right in the middle of the month, there is a very harmonious full moon taking place right at the very top of your sky. And when we have such positive activity happening at the very top of your sky or the very top of your chart, it tends to denote you going places, you actually making progress and moving towards a higher vision, a higher ambition for your life. One very obvious way that this tends to play out is in career. Now, this particular full moon happening at the very top of your chart is also speaking in supreme harmony with Uranus. And Uranus right now is moving through, over the course of this decade, moving through the part of the sky for you that has to do with money you earn. It has to do with your finances. Considering that these two positions are taking place, these two placements are speaking in such harmony, there is now the real possibility of making a real dream come true, or at the very least, an ambition realized, securing an advancement now that directly leads to greater prosperity. And this is likely to be the type of prosperity that pleases you, of course, but there's an element here of surprise. This is Uranus after all, and there's an element here of being in a different sphere, if you will, than you were before. So if you think about it, up until the discovery of Uranus over 200 years ago, we really thought, as humanity, we really thought that the furthest out you could get into space was the planet Saturn. There were no other planets beyond that. And the fact that we, as a collective, manifested the awareness, the collective awareness that actually there's a lot more out there than we previously realized. And it was Uranus that first showed us this. It just in one moment encapsulated how much bigger we had come to believe ourselves to be, and our changing definition of ourselves as human beings, our capability, and also our self-awareness. And so much what it means to be human has transformed so radically from that time. And it really was after that time that we came to see ourselves more and more expansively than we had before, and as so much more independent, as so much more effective than we were before. All of these are elements of the planet Uranus. Uranus represents the next thing, and it represents the future as well. It is a symbol of that part of us that has an instinct for where the energy is going, that has an understanding of that current that runs through everyone and everything, and the way in which and the direction in which that current is flowing. And so considering that this is about a next jump, if you will. It's about the future, if you will. I do think the likelihood of you now seeing some sort of raising more money that is more than expected is particularly strong right now. And the likelihood that you are about to make some real career progress in terms of perhaps having a chance meeting with someone, a higher up, if you will, or someone within a greater position of authority, someone who can really help you to move up your particular chosen ladder is very strong now. For those of you who are not looking at those matters so much, although a lot of us, we have this element of ambition to us, which I think is actually very sacred, because a part of being a human being, one of the most sacred things that we have as part of being a human being is that we have free will. We can work on our own behalves to move our lives in a positive direction, what we deem to be a positive direction. When you bring that into alignment with a higher vision, a higher calling, which ultimately is what Uranus represents, and Uranus moving through the part of the sky over the course of this decade in your area of finances is the universe attempting to bring your finances in alignment with a higher vision for your life, a higher calling for your life. And really, magic happens when you surrender to that process. You do your best, you do your part, but then you trust that you've put that energy in place, you've put the current in place, and the likelihood of that going into the future and manifesting a breakthrough is very strong. And so that's your part, to do your work. And your part right now is to be willing. Be willing to see where it is that the universe would like you to start earning your money. Where is it that your income is going to come from? And where is it that your income can be greater? Where can you welcome in greater abundance and greater prosperity as well? What is it now that is set to be achieved? I think for some of you, this is going to come quite by surprise. It's almost as if you realize an ambition you didn't really know you had, or you hadn't really claimed in a long time, you'd sort of put to the side. Now it comes up again and you realize a deeply held goal. For others of you, this is going to bring a moment of clarity. This is going to bring a moment where you realize that what you have been going for has been based on a lower sense of self-worth. And now with this boost, you realize that actually the thing you really want, what you've been going for, is actually not something you would go for if you believed in yourself more, if you believed you were worth more, if you believed you had more to give. You actually would not shoot so low. You'd actually be aiming a lot higher. Well, now things get set in right proportion. Now you start to understand what that means to actually reach for more, to reach higher, and put yourself in alignment with that higher vision for your life. One thing is for sure, though, this is a month of prosperity and surprises that lead to prosperity in the bigger picture of your life as well. It's a month of fulfillment, of getting clear on your goals and seeing your way towards them as well. And it is also a month of understanding that it is one thing to do what you need to do to earn your money, but it's another thing to share who you are, to allow yourself to shine and have that be financially rewarded, as will be now. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.